in 1984, the TV series Who's the Boss brought together a talented cast that would become a household name. The show's creators, Martin Cohan and Blake Hunter, aimed to create a unique blend of comedy and drama, focusing on a single father who becomes a housekeeper for a successful businesswoman. The casting process began with the lead role of Tony Micelli, the former baseball player and father. After numerous auditions, actor Tony Danza was chosen for his charm and comedic timing. His chemistry with the other actors would become a defining aspect of the show. For the role of Angela Bauer, the advertising executive who hires Tony, the producers sought a strong, independent woman. Judith Light, with her extensive theater background, won the part, bringing depth and warmth to the character. The character of Angela's young son, Jonathan, was played by Danny Pintauro. After several auditions, the producers were impressed by his natural talent and maturity. Tony's daughter, Samantha, was portrayed by Alyssa Milano. At only 12 years old, she was a fresh face in the industry. Her audition captured the producers' attention, and they knew she was perfect for the role. Lastly, the role of Angela's mother, Mona Robinson, was given to Katherine Helmond. Her comedic experience and impeccable timing made her the ideal choice for the quirky, flirtatious character. The casting process for Who's the Boss involved numerous auditions and chemistry tests. The creators were looking for not only talented actors, but also individuals who could form a believable, loving family on screen. Each actor brought something unique to their role, and their combined efforts resulted in a successful and beloved TV series.
So nice. Say schedule.
You're from Brooklyn, aren't you?
You got it.
Say Kanish.
The director of Who's the Boss, James Burrows, had a clear vision for the show. He aimed to create a family-friendly sitcom that centered around the unconventional living arrangement of a single father and his daughter hiring a female housekeeper who also had a young son. Burrows' approach was to bring a natural and realistic feel to the show's comedic moments, often using long takes and minimal editing. Burrows' creative influences included classic sitcoms like The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Odd Couple, both of which he worked on as a director. He adopted a simple yet effective visual style, relying on the actors' performances and comedic timing to drive the humor. Burrows' collaborative style with the cast and crew was hands-on and detail-oriented, often working closely with the writers to fine-tune the scripts and blocking out each scene meticulously. Burrows' collaborative approach extended to the cast as well. He encouraged the actors to improvise and add their own touches to the characters, resulting in a more authentic and relatable on-screen dynamic. The cast has often spoken about Burrows' ability to create a warm and supportive working environment, which contributed to the show's enduring popularity and success. In summary, James Burrows' directorial vision for Who's the Boss was characterized by a naturalistic visual style, a focus on character-driven humor, and a collaborative approach to working with the cast and crew. These elements combined to create a beloved sitcom that continues to resonate with audiences today.
I want to say, I love you, Grandpa. I love you. Oh, I'm sorry, I got so pushy and try to take over.
Who's the Boss is a popular 1980s TV series about a single mother who hires a male housekeeper. This show features Tony Danza as the housekeeper, Jonathan and Alyssa Milano as the young daughter, Samantha. It's a heartwarming and humorous series that explores the unconventional family dynamics. Perhaps you have your own personal story about how this show has impacted your life. Maybe you watched it with your family and it brought you closer together, or maybe it taught you valuable lessons about friendship and family. We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. For me, I first watched Who's the Boss when I was a teenager, and I immediately fell in love with the characters and their stories. I looked forward to watching it every week, and it never failed to make me laugh or touch my heart. Throughout the series, there are many funny, shocking, and even sad moments that will keep you engaged. From Tony Danza's comedic timing to Alyssa Milano's growth as an actress, this show has something for everyone. So, whether you're a longtime fan or just discovering the show for the first time, sit back and enjoy as we take a closer look at Who's the Boss and all the memorable moments it has given us.
Want it to happen, happens. You're not going to know whether it happened or not.
The production of the 1980s TV series Who's the Boss took place in New York, with the main set being a house located in Stamford, Connecticut. The show's creators wanted a cozy, suburban setting for the characters, and the house's design reflected this. The interior sets, including the living room, kitchen, and bedrooms, were built on sound stages in California, where the show was filmed. The production team faced logistical challenges in filming in New York, including obtaining permits and managing the cast and crew's commute. However, they were able to capture the unique charm of the area, using exterior shots of local landmarks and businesses to add authenticity to the show. One innovative technique employed during production was the use of video assist technology. This allowed the director and crew to watch the actors' performances on monitors in real time, making it easier to make adjustments and ensure continuity between takes. The show's set design was notable for its attention to detail, with each room reflecting the personality of the characters who inhabited it. The use of warm colors and comfortable furnishings created a welcoming atmosphere, making viewers feel at home in the show's world. Overall, the production of Who's the Boss was a complex process that required careful planning and coordination. Despite the logistical challenges, the show's creators were able to create a memorable and enduring series that resonated with audiences for its warm humor and relatable characters. I enjoyed watching Who's the Boss as a teenager, and recently rewatching it brought back fond memories. The show revolves around family, friendship, and love, set in a time before the internet. The acting and storyline are excellent, and I found myself rooting for Angela and Tony to become a couple. The show features a great cast of characters, including Samantha, who I related to as a teenager because we were the same age. However, my favorite character is now Mona, who brings a bubbly and warm energy to the show. The romantic tension between Angela and Tony is one of the show's highlights, and I wish they had become a couple sooner. Who's the Boss is one of the best sitcoms ever, in my opinion, although it doesn't always get the credit it deserves. It has a special place in my heart because I spent my childhood watching it, and it brings back memories of the 80s. The show has a unique charm that keeps you engaged and awaiting the next episode. The relationship between Tony and Angela is particularly noteworthy. Now that I'm older, I appreciate their dynamic even more and understand why they find it difficult to admit their love for each other. When they finally declare their love, it's a satisfying payoff for viewers who have been invested in their relationship. If you're a romantic, you'll love Who's the Boss for its sweetness, laughter, romance, and goofiness. It's a show that has it all, with excellent acting from Judith and Tony Danza. If you're tired of sappy soap operas and enjoy watching great couples, this show is definitely worth checking out. It's a shame that it didn't receive the recognition it deserved during its run.
Tortoise is named Bambi.
You're sick.
The creation of a musical score and soundtrack for a TV series like Who's the Boss is a collaborative process between composers, musicians, and the show's creators. The music is designed to complement the narrative and emotional tone of the show, enhancing the viewer's experience. For Who's the Boss, the composers and musicians worked to create themes that reflected the show's warm, light-hearted tone. The main title theme, composed by Larry Carlton and Robert Lamb, is a catchy, upbeat piece that sets the stage for each episode. The incidental music, used to underscore scenes and emotions, is often jazzy and upbeat, reflecting the show's positive outlook. Composer Jonathan Tunick, who worked on the show, discussed the importance of matching the music to the scene's emotional tone. He noted that the music should never overpower the dialogue or action, but rather should subtly enhance it. This is evident in the show's use of soft, melodic music during emotional scenes and upbeat, lively music during comedic or high-energy scenes. The musicians involved in creating the score and soundtrack for Who's the Boss brought their own unique skills and styles to the project. Carlton, a renowned guitarist, brought a smooth, jazz-inflected style to the main title theme, while Lamb, a singer-songwriter, contributed his pop sensibilities. Tunick, a seasoned composer and orchestrator, brought his expertise in creating rich, layered musical arrangements. In addition to the original score, Who's the Boss, also featured popular songs of the time, further enhancing the show's appeal. These songs were carefully chosen to reflect the show's tone and the characters' personalities. For example, upbeat pop songs might be used to underscore a character's positive outlook, while a soulful ballad might be used to express a character's emotional depth. Overall, the creation of the musical score and soundtrack for Who's the Boss was a thoughtful, deliberate process. The composers and musicians worked together to create music that complemented the narrative and emotional tone of the show, enhancing the viewer's experience and contributing to the show's enduring popularity.
In here 110.
$1,000 to get neighborhood beautification.
Tony Danza, known for his boxing victory in 1977, became a breakout star alongside Judith Light in the television series Who's the Boss. The show also launched the careers of Alyssa Milano and Lee Remini. Before joining Beverly Hills 90210, Milano was considered to replace Shannon Doherty, but the role went to Tiffany Fiesenator. These actors made their mark in the television landscape, creating a simple yet impactful narrative that resonates with audiences to this day.
Oh, clever.
Okay, kids, I want you to lean.
One of the most iconic scenes in Who's the Boss is from the pilot episode, where Tony Micelli, played by Tony Danza, meets his new employer, Angela Bauer, portrayed by Judith Light. The scene is set in Angela's living room, with warm and cozy lighting creating an inviting atmosphere. The camera angles are simple, focusing on the characters' facial expressions and body language to convey their initial impressions of each other. Tony Danza's performance in this scene is noteworthy. He brings a charming and charismatic energy to Tony, making him instantly likable. Judith Light's portrayal of Angela is also impressive, as she conveys a mix of skepticism and curiosity towards Tony. Their chemistry is undeniable, and it sets the tone for the rest of the series. The impact of this scene on the audience is significant. It introduces the two main characters and establishes their dynamic, which is a crucial element of the show's success. The scene also showcases the excellent writing and acting that would become a hallmark of Who's the Boss throughout its run. In an interview, Tony Danza commented on this scene, saying, "I remember feeling a great chemistry with Judith during that first scene. We just clicked, and I knew we had something special." Judith Light also shared her thoughts, stating, "That initial meeting between Angela and Tony was so important because it set the stage for their relationship. It was a perfect introduction to their dynamic, and I think it resonated with audiences." Another iconic scene from Who's the Boss is the episode where Tony teaches Angela's son, Jonathan, how to play baseball. The scene takes place in a park with natural lighting and greenery surrounding the characters. The camera work is steady, focusing on the characters as they interact and play baseball together. Tony Danza's performance in this scene is heartwarming and genuine. He brings a sense of warmth and kindness to Tony, making his interactions with Jonathan feel authentic and relatable. Alyssa Milano, who plays Jonathan's sister, Samantha, also delivers a strong performance, showcasing her character's curiosity and admiration for Tony. The impact of this scene on the audience is significant. It highlights the show's themes of family, mentorship, and personal growth, which are central to its appeal. The scene also reinforces the strong bond between Tony and the Bauer family, which is a crucial aspect of the show's success. In an interview, Alyssa Milano reflected on this scene, saying, "Tony was such a great role model for Jonathan and Samantha. He taught them so much about life, and I think that's one of the reasons why the show resonated with audiences." Tony Danza also shared his thoughts, stating, "I loved working with those kids. They were so talented and full of energy. It was a joy to be a part of those scenes."
I'll scrape together the money to fly you home, you know. Of course, if you were in the tri-state area, the money I could save on...
In the world of television, consistency and family values were highly prioritized in the 1980s sitcom Who's the Boss? The opening credits always followed the same order for all 8 seasons, an unusual practice during that time. Katherine Helmond, who played the role of the eccentric housekeeper, was given the NS credit, which was rare for sitcoms. Despite the unchanged format, the show gained popularity and became a beloved staple in many households. Alyssa Milano, who played the role of the precocious daughter, experienced personal milestones after the show's conclusion. She married her boyfriend of 2 years, Dave Bugliery, in 2009, following a 7-month-long engagement. The couple has 2 children, Milo Thomas Bugliery and Elizabella Dillon Bugliery. In 2009, Milano suffered a miscarriage while pregnant with their first child. Judith Light, who played the role of the no-nonsense businesswoman, continued to make strides in her career after Who's the Boss. She was nominated for the 2018 Emmy Award in the Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Limited Series or Movie category for her role as Marilyn Miglin in American Crime Story. Although she did not win, her nomination was a testament to her enduring talent and versatility as an actress.
Excuse me, could I have a word with you privately in the kitchen? Excuse me.
Do you mind telling me what the hell?
Who's the Boss? The popular 1980s TV series had a significant cultural and social impact. The show resonated with audiences due to its unique portrayal of a single mother and her young daughter employing a male housekeeper. This role reversal was progressive for its time and sparked conversations about gender roles and expectations. The series also explored themes of family, love, and friendship, which struck a chord with viewers. The characters were relatable and endearing, making the show a staple in many households. In terms of pop culture, Who's the Boss introduced several catchphrases and memorable moments that have stood the test of time. The show's theme song, Brand New Life, became a hit and is still recognized today. Moreover, the series contributed to discussions on relevant social themes. For instance, it addressed issues such as dating, career advancement, and parenting in a way that was both entertaining and thought-provoking. Overall, Who's the Boss left a lasting impact on television and society, breaking barriers and challenging norms while providing audiences with a heartwarming and entertaining viewing experience.
I don't know, it's weird. I always pictured myself like the captain of the football.
Katherine Helmond, known for her role on Who's the Boss, made headlines when she wore a red bikini on the show in her early 60s, defying age stereotypes. Meanwhile, Tony Danza, the show's lead, had a near-death experience in 2005 when his car flipped over, highlighting the importance of safety precautions. Before his acting career took off, Danza was a boxer and even continued to fight professionally during the early seasons of Who's the Boss. His resilience and determination were evident in both his boxing and acting careers, making him a compelling figure in the entertainment industry. These anecdotes offer a glimpse into the lives of 2 notable actors, showcasing their strength, courage, and willingness to take on new challenges.
See you out, Weed.
I'd be crazy to leave. I mean, before Angela came along, I couldn't give away my crop.
Who's the Boss was a popular 1980s TV series that received positive reviews from critics and audiences alike. The show starred Tony Danza as a retired baseball player who becomes a live-in housekeeper for a single mother, played by Judith Light. The series was praised for its charming cast, relatable characters, and realistic portrayal of family life. One notable review came from the New York Times, which called the show a cheerful, well-crafted situation comedy. The paper also commended the performances of the lead actors, saying that Danza and Light have an easy, unforced chemistry that makes their relationship appealing. The series was also a hit with audiences, consistently ranking in the top 10 of the Nielsen ratings during its run. Fans appreciated the show's warm humor and relatable characters, with many praising the performances of the child actors, particularly Alyssa Milano and Danny Pintauro. Who's the Boss received several award nominations, including multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nods for acting and writing. While the show never won a major award, the nominations themselves were a testament to the quality of the series and the talent of those involved. The accolades received by Who's the Boss are significant for those involved in the show, as they validate the hard work and creativity that went into making the series. The positive reviews and strong audience reactions also helped to establish the careers of the show's talented cast and crew, many of whom went on to successful careers in television and film. Overall, the critical reception and awards received by Who's the Boss are a testament to the enduring appeal of the series and its ability to resonate with audiences more than 3 decades after its debut.
Well, you're honest, you're straightforward. I like that. Babs, call security and have her dragged out of the building.
Oh, wait!
Judith Light was the first main cast member of Who's the Boss to receive awards for her acting, having won the Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in 1980 and 1981 for her role in the soap opera One Life to Live. It wasn't until 1989 that Katherine Helmond won the Golden Globe and Alyssa Milano won the Kids' Choice Awards 3 years in a row. Alyssa Milano, who played the role of Samantha Micelli, attended the Buckley School in Sherman Oaks, California. The show's appeal went beyond its cast, with the set design and cinematography contributing significantly to its success. The warm lighting, use of primary colors and wardrobe, and cozy home setting created an inviting and welcoming atmosphere. The kitchen was outfitted with copper pots, and the living room had a floral couch and a fireplace with a horse figurine on the mantelpiece. The walls were made of small boulders, and the outdoor scenes were often lit to resemble Connecticut in the fall. These elements came together to create the unique and appealing Who's the Boss? Magic of the 1980s.
First time I wanted to go to a PG movie, he said no. The first time I wanted to wear...
During the filming of Who's the Boss, which aired from 1984 to 1992, there were many memorable moments that occurred behind the scenes. The show, starring Tony Danza, Judith Light, Alyssa Milano, and Danny Pintauro, was known for its warm family atmosphere both on and off the set. One interesting anecdote involves Alyssa Milano, who played the role of Tony Danza's daughter on the show. At the time, Milano was just a young girl, and she would often bring her pet turtles to the set. The turtles would sometimes escape from their tank, causing the cast and crew to drop what they were doing and search for the missing pets. Another memorable moment occurred during the filming of the pilot episode. The show's creators were worried that the chemistry between Tony Danza and Judith Light might not be strong enough, so they arranged for the two actors to have dinner together before filming. The dinner was a success, and the two actors developed a strong bond that lasted throughout the entire series. The set of Who's the Boss was also known for its sense of community. The cast and crew would often have picnics and parties together, and they would even celebrate holidays on set. During the holiday season, the crew would decorate the set with Christmas lights and ornaments, creating a festive atmosphere for everyone involved in the production. Despite the warm and friendly atmosphere on set, there were also challenges that the cast and crew had to overcome. For example, the show's creators initially struggled to come up with a concept for the series. They went through several different ideas before settling on the final concept of a single father who becomes a housekeeper for a successful businesswoman. Another challenge that the cast and crew faced was the show's demanding schedule. Who's the Boss was filmed in front of a live studio audience, which meant that the cast had to memorize their lines and hit their marks perfectly every take. This pressure sometimes led to long days on set, but the cast and crew always managed to pull together and get the job done. Overall, the making of Who's the Boss was a memorable experience for everyone involved. From the young turtles that roamed the set to the strong bonds that formed between the cast and crew, the show will always be remembered as a special moment in television history. In October 1983, the pilot episode of Who's the Boss was filmed, but its release was delayed for nearly a year. The producers were hesitant to pitch it as a mid-season replacement series, fearing rejection by ABC executives. During the 8th season, Alyssa Milano, who played Samantha, expressed her creative frustration with the character. She decided to cut her long hair into a shorter style to give herself a fresh look. Tony Danza, who played Tony Micelli, formed an unlikely friendship with the late Tupac Shakur. Danza had written to Shakur while he was in prison, and the two later became friends. These events provide a glimpse into the behind-the-scenes world of Who's the Boss and the personal experiences of its cast members.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour to you too.
So, Sam.
Who's the Boss is a significant television series from the 1980s that left a lasting impact on the sitcom genre. The show, which aired from 1984 to 1992, was one of the first to feature a single father as the main character, which was a departure from traditional family sitcoms. This innovative approach allowed for a more diverse range of storylines and character development, paving the way for future shows to explore non-traditional family structures. The series also starred a woman, Judith Light, as the main character's boss, which was unusual for the time and helped to challenge gender norms. The chemistry between Light and Tony Danza, who played the single father, was a major draw for audiences and is still remembered today. Who's the Boss also had a significant impact on the careers of its cast members. Alyssa Milano, who played Danza's daughter, went on to have a successful career in both television and film. The show also served as a launching pad for the careers of other cast members, including Danny Pintauro and Katherine Helmond. The show's influence can also be seen in subsequent works. For example, the popular sitcom The Nanny was inspired by Who's the Boss, with Fran Drescher's character being modeled after Danza's character. The show also explored themes of class and gender in a way that was unusual for sitcoms at the time, and its impact can be seen in the way that these themes are now more commonly explored in modern television. In conclusion, Who's the Boss was a groundbreaking television series that left a lasting legacy and influence on the sitcom genre and popular culture. Its innovative approach to storytelling and character development, as well as its impact on the careers of its cast members and subsequent works, make it an important part of film history.
How long has it been, Tony?
It's been a long...
Leslie Nielsen, known for his comedic prowess, received a unique honor in 22 when he was made an honorary West Virginian and ambassador of Mountain State Goodwill by then Secretary of State Joe Manchin Roman III. Nielsen, often referred to as the Laurence Olivier of spoofs by film critic Roger Ebert, had a remarkable career that extended beyond West Virginia. Judith Light, who also starred in the series, was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for live theater in 2019. Her star is located at 6200 Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California, a testament to her enduring contributions to the world of entertainment. These accolades serve as a reminder of the impact and influence that the cast of the series had in the entertainment industry, transcending the boundaries of television and leaving a lasting mark on the world of comedy and theater.
I'm serious. I want you to come work for me, unless there's some arrangement keeping you here.
Alyssa Milano, known for her role in Who's the Boss, endorsed Bernie Sanders in the 2016 US presidential election. As a child, she lived in Staten Island, New York, before moving to Los Angeles for the show. Tony Danza, the show's lead actor, has a racehorse named after him that finished third in the 2014 Kentucky Derby. The horse's owners, fans of the sitcom, invited Danza to the event. These instances demonstrate the lasting impact of Who's the Boss and its cast, extending beyond the small screen and into politics and horse racing.
They do.
She's ready to snap, isn't she?
Alyssa Milano, known for her role in Who's the Boss, has a total of 7 tattoos. These include a sacred heart, a fairy, rosary beads, an angel, an Ouroboros, an and a garland of flowers. Tony Danza, who starred in Who's the Boss and Taxi, holds the record for appearing in all episodes of both shows. He was in all 196 episodes of Who's the Boss and all 114 episodes of Taxi. Unfortunately, only the first season of Who's the Boss has been released on DVD. It remains unclear why the complete series has not been made available for purchase.
Well, thanks, honey. I love you just the way you are.
Dad, is it okay?
Katherine Helmond, known for her role as the matriarch in the sitcom Who's the Boss, was also a Tony-nominated actress for her work in the play The Great God Brown. She had a notable career, which included starring in another successful comedy, Soap, both of which were set in Connecticut. Leslie Nielsen, who made appearances in various TV shows and films, was a guest at the Chiller Theater Expo in New Jersey in 2008, along with other celebrities such as Jamie Luner and John Schneider. It's interesting to note that these actors, who have made significant contributions to the entertainment industry, have had diverse careers and have left their mark in various aspects of the industry. Their work has resonated with audiences and has endured over the years.
Right. All right, now what's this one now?
Michael Learned, known for her role in Who's the Boss, was married to Peter Donat and had 3 children together before their divorce. In an interesting turn of events, Tony Danza, who played a significant role in the series, was the one driving the taxicab in the opening credits of Taxi. Lastly, Walter Olkiewicz, who also appeared in the show, is a family man, being the father of a writer-producer, father-in-law of an actress, and grandfather to 2 grandchildren.
I guess you could say he's my best friend, but then again, I don't have that many friends.
Alyssa Milano, known for her role in Who's the Boss, from 1984, had a brief engagement to Scott Wolf in 1993, and later reunited with him in Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamps Adventure in 2001. Leslie Nielsen, who also appeared in Who's the Boss, enlisted in the Royal Canadian Air Force at the age of 17 and trained as an aerial gunner. Judith Light, another cast member of Who's the Boss, is one of 6 performers to receive Acting Tony Awards in back-to-back years. She won in 2012 for Desert Cities, and in 2013 for The Assembled Parties, both in the category of featured actress in a play.
Doing your homework?
Oh, I'm having trouble coming up with some ideas, so I thought I'd steal some.
Oh, well, don't worry.
Tony Micelli, the character played by Tony Danza in the popular 1984 TV series, had a notable past as a baseball player for the St. Louis Cardinals. On the other hand, Alyssa Milano, who portrayed Tony's daughter, Samantha Micelli, is an accomplished recording artist with 5 albums released in Japan. Her albums, titled Alyssa, Look in My Heart, Best in the World, Locked in a Dream, and Do You See Me?, were all successful, each selling at least 1 million copies and going platinum. Tony Danza's acting skills were recognized in 1988 when he was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for television at 7000 Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California. This honor is a testament to his talent and the impact he had on the television industry during his career.
I got the smallest blimp they had, Angela.
Alyssa Milano, who played Samantha Micelli in Who's the Boss, has shown her support for the South Shore YMCA in Staten Island, New York, by donating a signed collector's item from the show. In 1984, Who's the Boss premiered on the same night as The Cosby Show and ended on the same night as Growing Pains and MacGyver, competing against the Golden Girls. The role of Samantha Micelli was highly sought after, with 1,500 girls auditioning for the part.
When Sam goes away to school.
Oh, sweetheart, you're going to...
Judith Light, known for her role in Who's the Boss, chose not to have children due to her acting career. She wanted to be a full-time mother, and she felt she couldn't balance both roles effectively. Nicole Eggert, another cast member, has 2 daughters. Her first daughter, Dylan, was born in May 1998, and her second daughter, Keegan, was born in July 2011. Keegan's father has never been publicly identified. Tony Danza, who played a significant role in the series, turned down the role of Swan in The Warriors for the role of Tony Banta on Taxi. The role of Swan eventually went to Michael Beck. Danza's decision to prioritize his role on Taxi showcases his dedication to his craft.
He came upstairs around 10 o'clock, and I tucked him into his bed, all cozy and comfortable.
In the 7th season of Who's the Boss, Billy was introduced as a new character to replace Jonathan as the show's cute kid. However, this change did not succeed, and Billy was written out of the series by the end of the season. Judith Light, who played one of the main characters, met her husband Robert Desiderio while they were both working on the soap opera One Life to Live. Alyssa Milano, who played the role of Tony's daughter, caused a stir with her advertisements for Candy's perfume. 2 of her print ads were rejected by youth-oriented magazine 17 and Teen People. Additionally, her TV commercials for the same product were turned down by networks such as WB and Fox. These commercials featured Milano in black lingerie with a goatee man and were considered inappropriate for younger audiences.
Oh, Tony, you know you are wonderful.
Tony Danza's longest-running comedy sitcom is Who's the Boss, which aired for 8 seasons, while his first sitcom, Taxi, only ran for 5. Alyssa Milano, who played Samantha Micelli on Who's the Boss, was considered for the role of Jane Rizzoli on Rizzoli and Isles. Nicole Eggert, who played Summer Quinn on Who's the Boss, made several films with Corey Haim, and even accepted an engagement ring from him, although the 2 later broke up.
Marci, I'm not supposed to let any kids in the house. You let him in.
Hi, Chad.
The house shown in the opening sequence of Who's the Boss is located at 13 Onondaga St. Roy, New York, and was used for exterior shots throughout the show's run. Leslie Nielsen, who played Dr. Noah Bertram on Who's the Boss, had a string of film flops in the 1990s and early 2000s, with the exception of Naked Gun 3313 in 1994, and supporting roles in Scary Movie 3 and Scary Movie 4 and 23 in 2006. The original ending for Who's the Boss was for Angela and Tony to marry, but ABC executives and Tony Danza opposed this idea. The series instead ended with Tony applying for the housekeeper job, similar to the pilot episode.
Just not fair. Oh, Sam. If I could make things right for you, I would.
In Who's the Boss, episode #115, titled Living Dolls, was withheld during the original broadcast and later premiered in syndication. The episode was intended to be the pilot for a new ABC series, but it was delayed due to last-minute casting changes. A second pilot episode was eventually filmed and aired on the series premiere night. Judith Light, who played Angela, was 2 years older than Tony Danza, who played Tony. Interestingly, Light's real-life husband was also 2 years older than her, and Danza's second wife shared similar features with Light. Alyssa Milano, who played Samantha Micelli, has portrayed 4 characters named Amy in various productions. She played Amy Winslow in The Surrogate, Amy in Buying the Cow, Amy Keene in Kiss the Bride, and Amy Fisher in Casualties of Love, the Long Island Lolita story.
Sombrero, but hey, she was happy, you know. Now look what happened.
Oh, nothing.
Judith Light left a successful soap opera to join the cast of Who's the Boss, after being encouraged by her husband. Meanwhile, Michael Learned, who played the character Angela, has a surname that is pronounced Learned. In Germany, the show was translated and aired under the title line Job fürs Leben, but it only lasted 1 season. This German version was preceded by a British version called The Upper Hand, which also translated the original scripts and jokes, but lasted until 1996. It's interesting to note that despite being direct translations, these international versions didn't achieve the same success as the original Who's the Boss series.
No, the same thing happened to Dad. He got invited to Gemignani by some lady who writes real...
Alyssa Milano, known for her role in Who's the Boss, from 1984, has shown support for the Indianapolis Colts in Super Bowl 41 and was ranked as one of the 102 sexiest women in the world by Stuff magazine in 22. Off-screen, Milano's interests and achievements extend beyond the series. In the case of Leslie Nielsen, who also appeared in the show, he stood at 6'1" during his younger years and maintained a height of just over 6 feet even in his later years in Fort Lauderdale. Nielsen's towering presence was a notable feature in his many productions. These facts reveal that the cast members of Who's the Boss have led dynamic lives beyond their roles in the series, each with unique interests and accomplishments.
Hoping to run into George, which I still think is a mistake, but does she listen to me?
James Coco, known for his role in Who's the Boss, had a vibrant social life in his Greenwich apartment, often hosting poker games with fellow playwrights Terrence McNally, Paddy Chayefsky, and Israel Horovitz, as well as actor Robert Drivas. Katherine Helmond, who also starred in the show, was raised as a strict Roman Catholic, but later studied Zen with her husband, David Christian. Despite her religious upbringing, she embraced this form of Buddhism. Judith Light, another cast member, is a strong supporter of gay rights, and she and her husband, Robert Desiderio, were honored with the Matthew Shepard Foundation's first annual Making a Difference Award for their long-standing commitment to erasing hate. In summary, the cast of Who's the Boss had diverse interests and passions outside of their acting careers, from religious studies to social activism.
Just remembered, almost forgot. Hold on. Wait.
Alyssa Milano, known for her role in the TV series, has a deep passion for baseball. Growing up in Brooklyn, she was a fan of the New York Yankees, but her allegiance shifted to the Los Angeles Dodgers when she moved to Los Angeles at the age of 12. She is such a big fan that she became a season ticket holder and even writes a blog for Major League Baseball's website. Milano is also friends with pitcher Carl Pavano, who has played for several teams, including the Montreal Expos, the Florida Marlins, and the New York Yankees. Leslie Nielsen, another actor from the same series, had a diverse family background. His father was Danish and his mother was Welsh. During the 7th season of the show, Milano attempted to break her contract to pursue an academic career, but her request was denied. Despite her desire to further her education, she was required to complete the season.
Guys, that's not very nice.
Who said life was nice?
Ooh, the bad seed.
Alyssa Milano, known for her role in the TV series Who's the Boss, has made her mark in various fields. In 2007, she launched her own line of team logo fashion for women in collaboration with G Roman 3 and MLB, fulfilling a personal need. Milano's likeness was used to create the lead character, Ariel, in Disney's The Little Mermaid, and her character on Charmed transformed into a mermaid at the start of the 5th season. Her voice has been consistently dubbed in French by Magali Barney for films and series since Who's the Boss.
You know, Ping.
In 2005, Leslie Nielsen received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Palm Beach International Film Festival Gala, presented by Wendy Dent. Tony Danza became a grandfather for the first time in 2005 when his son Mark Anthony Danza and daughter-in-law Julie welcomed son Nicholas David. Nielsen may have been the first Trekkie, as Star Trek was partially inspired by his classic Forbidden Planet.
He's from Amherst. I could drink you under the table with my...
In Who's the Boss?, the character Tony Micelli was recognized as one of the greatest TV dads. Actor Tony Danza, who played Tony, has left an indelible mark in the TV world. Frances Bay, who appeared in the series finale Savor the Veal Part 3, had a notable career in television. She also made appearances in the finales of Happy Days and Seinfeld. In 2017, Alyssa Milano, who played Tony's daughter Samantha, filed a $10 million lawsuit against her former business manager for forgery, mishandling of finances, and coercion into bad investments. These events highlight the human side of television, where actors and behind-the-scenes players face real-life challenges and triumphs.
Tell him that you won't let me date a college guy.
Oh, well, sorry, Sam, but this one you're going to have to handle yourself.
If you have fond memories of watching Who's the Boss? In 1984, we'd love to hear from you. Share your experiences and stories about how this TV series impacted you personally or influenced your perspective on television. Perhaps you related to a particular character, or the show brought up important conversations in your family. Whatever your connection, we'd love to hear about it. By engaging with this prompt, you can help create a vibrant community of people who share a love for classic television. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the world of cinema. Let's hear your thoughts and reflections on Who's the Boss, and how it has stayed with you all these years.
Thank you, Angela, but don't you think you've done enough?
Look, Sam,